If you want people to like you more, you don't need a better wardrobe, you don't need a better vocabulary, you don't even need to say anything. You just need to do this one thing more. Smile. And before you roll your eyes and click off this video, stay with me for a second because the science behind this is kind of insane. Hey, my name's Michael, and today is day 5 of my 30-day challenge of How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Not to just understand it, but to actually apply it to real life with real people. Because I genuinely want to get better at how I communicate, how I show up, and how I connect with others. And today's principle might be the simplest one in the entire book. But simple doesn't mean easy, and it definitely doesn't mean unimportant. Carnegie's exact principle is this: smile. 2 sentences later, he writes, your facial expression is much more important than the clothes you wear on your back. That's a bold statement coming from a guy writing back in 1936. But here's the thing, nearly 90 years of science has backed him up. Researchers at Wayne State University had a fascinating idea for a study. They pulled all 230 baseball cards from the 1952 season, where the player was looking directly at the camera. 5 independent judges were brought in to rate each player's smile: big smile, partial smile, or no smile at all. The judges weren't told what the study was about, they just rated the smiles. Then the researchers compared those smile ratings to how long each player actually lived. Players with no smile lived an average of 72.9 years. Partial smilers averaged 75. And the big smilers, the full genuine grins, averaged nearly 80 years. 7 years of extra life from smiling on a baseball card. That's nuts. Now, to be fair, some follow-up research questions this study completely. But science is messy. But the directions of the findings are consistent with a mountain of other research. And it makes for a great story either way. Here's where things get really interesting, and it's not just about you living longer. When people see a genuine smile, they tend to assume the person is more honest, cooperative, and reliable. This response isn't entirely conscious. The eye movement associated with a genuine smile gives observers confidence that the expression matches the person's internal state. And that happens in milliseconds before you've said a single word. People who smile are generally perceived as more trustworthy, competent, and approachable. It's a form of nonverbal communication that can influence everything from job interviews to first dates. Job interviews, first dates, the checkout at Walmart. I just went there. Yeah, all of it. Have you ever walked into a room and you make eye contact with someone and they immediately are shooting daggers across the room at you and you have no idea what you've done to wrong them? No expression, no acknowledgement, just dead eyes. Dead eyes. We've all been there. And if we're being honest, we've probably been that person too. Walking around looking like we're calculating taxes in our head. Ugh. No. Here's the wild part. Responding to a smile with a smile is thought to raise affinity and help people build rapport. Smiling is literally contagious. When someone smiles at you, your brain is wired to smile back. And that synchronized exchange actually activates the brain's reward center. So when you smile at someone, you're not just making yourself look more approachable. You're physically triggering a positive experience in their brain. That's not small talk advice, that's neuroscience. Now, and Carnegie specifically addresses this. This doesn't work with a fake smile. People are remarkably good at detecting inauthenticity. There are actually 2 distinct types of smiles. A real one, called a Duchenne smile, involves the muscles around your eyes, not just your mouth. Scientists used facial coding systems to confirm that Duchenne smiles produce greater activity in the brain's left anterior temporal region, the area connected to genuine positive emotion. A pasted on grin that doesn't reach your eyes? People clock that immediately. So the goal isn't to perform happiness, it's to be intentional about letting the warmth you actually feel show up on your face. Because most of us are filtering it out without realizing it. Here's the part that actually surprised me the most. A team of psychologists combined data from 138 studies testing more than 11,000 participants and found that facial expressions have a measurable impact on how we actually feel. Smiling really can make people feel happier. Your brain doesn't only cause your expressions actually feed back into your brain. So even when you smile, when you don't feel like it, you start to feel slightly better, more open, more relaxed, more present. Carnegie called it, act as if you were already happy, and that tendency often tends to make you happy. Turns out he was ahead of the research by 80 years. Think about your actual day. At work, who do you naturally gravitate toward? The person who looks like they're being held hostage by their job, or the person who genuinely seems happy to be there? In a conversation, who do you open up to more? The person who looks closed and distracted, or the person who's present and warm? You're making these calls subconsciously every day, and everyone else around you too. And here's the thing, you don't have to walk around looking like you want a scratch off ticket every single day. That's creepy. Don't do that. But in the small moments, the handshake, the eye contact across the room, the start of a meeting, the beginning of a conversation, those moments add up more than people realize. Carnegie put it simply, your smile is a messenger of your goodwill. It costs nothing. It takes half a second. According to decades of research, it changes how people see you, how they feel around you, and apparently how long you live. That's day 5. The principle sounds embarrassingly simple. Just smile more. But the people who do it consistently, they don't have to force connection. It just happens naturally around them. Thank you so much for watching day 5 of the 30-day challenge. If you like this video, please click the like button and hit the subscribe button to follow for more content. Let me know in the comments which principle so far has been the hardest for you. I genuinely love to know. I'll see you on day 6. Stay consistent out there. I don't know if you guys noticed, but this is my mic. I'm Mike in my office, Mike with Mike in the office. Hopefully you guys like this kind of content, and I'm trying to get better at this. Thank you guys for being patient and going through this journey with me. I greatly appreciate it.